Hey, what's up? We're going to be talking about the Instagram engagement groups tool within Jarvee. It's a little bit hidden away, but it is more of a global feature, and therefore we will be jumping into the global tools and then the Instagram engagement groups. And this is where you can basically set up, settings to automate your Instagram account if you are in an active engagement group. They're giving you lists of accounts, to actually engage with. Jarvee makes it really dead simple for you to do this. I just want to point out some strategies, some methods of setting this up. Most of the information is just going to be actual default settings along with other stuff we talk about in such as, setting up comments and all that good stuff. So what we're going to do, global tools, Instagram engagement groups. We're currently in the comments. If you're in a comment engagement group where they literally declare, hey, you've got to comment on each other's profile, you can set this up in here, you can turn it on. And we will be leaving everything here at default. This mainly comes down to what your engagement group has agreed upon. I'm not going to tell you how to get into engagement groups because there's so many different ways. If you want to do it, you just need to go out there and actively search, fitness engagement group 20k like limit. So people with 20,000 plus followers are allowed in the engagement group, that type of stuff. You just got to go find it because there's so many ways to do it. But your engagement group should give you information based upon what you should be doing to, qualify and actually stay active in that group. So they may be saying, you've got to do like 10 comments per hour, and every day you need to be doing like 500 comments. And then that way, that would be an insane number, by the way, to do. I wouldn't recommend jumping into an engagement group that makes you do 500 comments per day. Sort of 50 comments would be more realistic. But you also have the like engagement groups too. So what you do is you'll sort of find out that information here. That's where you can put this in. You can leave the wait between 10 to 30 seconds between comments because that's just going to be natural. Engagement groups are pretty quick in general. You're having to do a lot of stuff very quickly. But in here, you come in, you will click add accounts. These are going to be the accounts you're going to use to actually go and do those actions. So you can choose the ones, where you're going to go actually give out comments and good stuff. So we can select add selected accounts, which is great. And then also in our usernames that will receive comments, we can click add accounts, and then we could type in our Instagram name, so it's Aaron Ward. Add accounts, okay. And yeah, this is what's going to be used for the actual engagement itself. And excuse me, I am going completely off the rails here. I am thinking of another tool in my head. What you want to be doing here is actually adding accounts that you're going to go comment on. Pardon me for making that mistake. I was thinking of the like exchange tool here. Yes, you will want to add in accounts for your actual, people you're going to comment on. So you should be getting this information once again from your engagement group itself. They should have a list that you can basically copy and paste all the different accounts in here that are going to be receiving that. And then something to mention as well, like after comment. If you are going to be also liking and commenting, just enable this and it's going to like as soon as you leave that comment. It's really great. So let's say, it's Aaron Ward is an account you have to target. Maybe we're also targeting like Gary V's profile. We could add them in. Perfect. For some reason, let's double check Gary V. It's just being checked in the back. There we go. Perfect. So yeah. Pretty simple. You can remove these people. You can add a category on them as well, just for your sort of safekeeping. So now we can go into the actual posts, the comments. So if you have any specific posts that the engagement group is giving you, you can add them in here. Once again, you can like after comment. This one's generally not going to be utilized too much because it takes away a lot of the automation aspect from the engagement group itself. It'll just typically be your targeting accounts, and it's going to pull their most recent post for every account. So down here is your comment text. This is where you can start adding in your different comments. Pretty simple to do. So yeah, you can just come in here and say, like, oh, like cool. Or you'll need to syntax all these, by the way. You say cool, like great post or something. You can add in other things like an emoji. We talk about all this, by the way, in the comments lesson of the course. But you can just look into basically syntaxing, and then if we check syntax, I'm going to give a thumbs up, and then it should give thumbs up again. Cool. I'm going to choose basically a different word from all of these, and it'll make more sense on what comments you can write here and sort of spin tags between, depending on what engagement group you're in. For example, if you're in a fitness engagement group and everyone is uploading fitness related posts, you could say, like, looking good today, or, you know, keep pumping it, stuff like that, which obviously makes more sense to the niche you're in. And then finally down bottom, you will see your results. So turn it on if you're doing comments, otherwise come into the likes. It's pretty much the same as we just discussed. So we'll add in our account. This will be the account we're going to use to actually go and do likes. And then these are going to be the accounts that'll receive the likes. So people you'll actually be going out and liking. We could add in our own here. We could add in, you know, once again, like say Gary V is in our engagement group for some reason. We add him in, all that good stuff. They're going to be the accounts. Once again, your engagement group should give you a list to copy and paste to make it nice and quick, easy. You can add in post to like. Otherwise, it is very simple for the actual likes itself. We'll leave this at default. Once again, learn or understand, you know, how many likes you should be giving out per day. This will pretty much just be dependent on how many users are actually here. So if they give you a list of like 50 usernames, then you only have to give out 50 likes per day. Pretty simple. And that finally leads me on to saying, you know, if you're using an account like this to give out the likes, remember in your tools, you are already giving out likes in the settings here. So what you could do is say, basically, you can either limit this, you can cap it off. Let's say in your engagement group, you have to do 100 likes per day. We know that we're going to be doing 800 follows per day. So what we could do is we could cap this at 700 max likes per day, giving you that flexibility of doing 100 likes in your engagement group. Not complicated in any way. You're basically just reducing the amount of likes you can do. You're capping it. You're saying don't go above 700. You know, if you're doing 200 likes in your engagement group, you have to do 200 today. Just put in 200. Really simple stuff. You're just going to be limiting, you know, how many likes you can do here. But other than that, pretty simple stuff. Hopefully this makes sense if you are in an engagement group. It's not too complicated to set up, and the default settings work really well here because engagement groups, once again, they're quick. Most people are uploading at a specific time, and then you just got to fire between each like really fast. With that being said, use it, don't use it if you're in an engagement group. I personally don't use engagement groups because it's sort of fake engagement, but they definitely can be very powerful at the end of the day because you're going to get more likes, more comments. In Instagram's eyes, that looks like you are more popular. On Instagram, people are basically giving you the thumbs up that this stuff is good, which of course can help you reach the the explore page and higher up in hashtag feeds and other people's feeds too.